When I go camping, I always eat well. I actually take the time to prepare my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I know that I have the time to really enjoy it. I'm out in the fresh air. I don't have to rush to do anything, and it just tastes so much better. And I know for most people, camping also means eating well, but a lot of times people are wondering what they should take for camping. And in my opinion, it's basically food that you would eat at home, except for you're not going to have a microwave. Hopefully, you're not going to use packaged foods. You can just basically cook everything from scratch. You can, of course, get creative and try different things, but in my opinion, simple is always better. So in this video, I'm just going to give you some simple ideas of what you could make for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Hope you enjoy. This is my favorite camp breakfast. It's just basically eggs and some vegetables and bread. As you saw, I added some bacon. Other times you could add some steak bites. Sometimes I add mushrooms. It's just super simple, but it gives me a lot of energy when I want to go hiking. Right. Go. If you are a coffee drinker, I think you can probably really appreciate this. This is the strongest coffee you can make. This is espresso. So the coffee is made by steam, by basically the steam pressing through the coffee. That's why it's called espresso. It's not espresso, but espresso from the Italian word. So this is a huge difference from the regular drip coffee where you're basically heating up water. I don't even think it gets boiled. You just heat it up and it simply drips through the coffee. This is actually forcing itself through it, taking out all the caffeine possible. So you get this super strong, very, very black coffee. I love it. And then it started raining, and it rained most of the afternoon and throughout the night, but I knew it was going to happen, so I didn't care, because in my opinion, a rainy day at the campground, it's still a better day than a sunny day at home on the couch. It's time to make dinner. I really wanted to make it over the campfire, but it's been raining outside, so I have to do it inside. And this is a very commonly known Mexican dish. I guess you would call it tacos, although I don't know if I want to call it anything because I like to make it my own way. So I have to be careful about what I call it, although I think it qualifies as tacos. I mean, there are tortillas and meat and tomatoes, onions, avocados, and cilantro, and hot sauce, and lime, and sour cream. And I have to have all these ingredients to have it. If I'm just missing one thing, then it just does not taste right to me. So I'll show you how I make it. It's super easy. I usually make this for lunch, so this can be lunch or dinner, but tonight I couldn't make anything on the campfire because it was raining, so I chose this. And what I usually do to keep things simple is I take one big piece of tri-tip with me and I cut off a few slices and I cook that over the campfire for dinner. And then the next day for breakfast, I use some of the meat, slice it up and use it with my eggs. And then for lunch, I use that the same way I did here for my tacos. So this way you're only taking one piece of meat and you could have breakfast, lunch, and dinner out of it. I have to warn you though, if you make this at home, it will not taste as good as it tastes at the campsite. I actually made this twice since I came home and it was good, but it wasn't as good as right here when I was eating it. That was very good. Very, very good. This breakfast, we have some old-fashioned oats, and I'm just quickly toasting it on the stove. And I also added some almonds and some walnuts. And here I'm adding just a little almond milk, not too much. I don't want it to get soggy, just a little soft. You could add other kinds of milk or liquid. And I added some chia seeds and my own homemade yogurt. I'm going to put the link up here to my video that shows you how you can make it yourself. It's so much better than the store-bought. And I added some bananas. You can add other kinds of fruit. I added a little bit of honey. You could add any kind of sweetener. And some frozen blueberries. I just quickly cooked it over the stove just enough for it to thaw out. You don't need microwaves or anything for that. And that is it. It is a very nice breakfast. You could make it 100 different ways. Sometimes I add protein powder. You could add all kinds of different fruit. You could leave out the yogurt. You could do pretty much whatever you want. You need to go get it, Misha. Go get it. Good job, sweetie. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I only showed you actually one dinner/lunch idea, And I did give you 2 breakfasts because breakfast is often overlooked, so I thought it was important. But next time I go camping, it won't be raining, so I promise to show you several campfire dinner ideas. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.